was the first time I heard him referred to as Matt instead of Matthew. Did he go by Matt to everyone?
Well, on the 2nd of October, I get a phone call at about 10 after 7.
Doc O'Connor.
It was Matthew Shepard, and he said, "Can you pick me up on the corner of 3rd and Grand?" So anyhow, I pull up to the corner to see who Matthew Shepard, you know? It's a little guy, about 5'2", soaking wet. I bet you 97 pounds tops. They said he weighed 110, but I wouldn't believe it. They also said in the newspaper he was 5'5", but this man, he was really only 5'2", maybe 5'1". So he walks up the window. I'm going to try and go in steps to help you better understand the principle of this man. So he walks up the window, and I say, "Are you Matthew Shepard?" And he says, "Yes, I'm Matthew Shepard, but I don't want you to call me Matthew. Oh, Mr. Shepard, I don't want you to call me anything. My name is Matt, and I want you to know I'm gay, and we're going to a gay bar. Do you have a problem with that?" And I said, "How are you paying?" The fact is, Laramie doesn't have any gay bars, and for that matter, neither does Wyoming. So he was hiring me to take him to Fort Collins, Colorado, about an hour away. Matt was a blunt little shit, you see what I'm saying? He always was. But I liked him because he was straightforward, you see what I'm saying? Maybe gay, but straightforward, you see what I'm saying?
I don't know, how does any one person ever tell about another? You should talk to my sister Romaine. She was a very close friend of Matthew's.
We never called him Matthew, actually. Most of the time, we called him Choo Choo. You know, because we call him Matchu, and then we just ended up calling him Choo Choo. And whenever I think of Matthew, I think of his incredible beaming smile. I mean, he'd walk in and he'd be like, and he'd just smile at everyone. He just made you feel great. And he would stare people down in the coffee shop because he always wanted to sit on the end seat so he could talk to me while I was working. And if someone was sitting in that seat, he would just sit there and stare at them. Until they left. And then he'd claim his spot. But Matthew definitely had a political side to him. I mean, he really wanted to get into political affairs. Yeah, that's all his big interest was watching CNN and MSNBC. I mean, that's the only TV station his TV was ever tuned into. Yeah, Matthew, he was just really smart in political affairs, but not so smart in common sense things. So, he moves to Laramie to go to school.
Matthew was very shy when he first came in. John Peacock, Matthew Shepard's academic advisor, to the point of being somewhat mousy, I'd almost say. But this was home for him, and he made that quite clear. And so this mousiness and this shyness gave way to this person who was really excited about this journey he was going to embark on. He was just figuring out wanting to work on human rights and how he was going to do that. And when that happens in a person, you can really start to see him bloom. He was starting to say, there are opportunities here. I can be something in this world. I can be important.
I did hear from Matthew about 48 hours before his attack, and he told me that he had joined the gay and lesbian group on campus, and he was enjoying it, He was getting ready for Pride Week and whatnot. Yeah, he was totally stoked about school. Yeah, he was really happy about being there.
And in retrospect, and I can really only say this in retrospect, that's where he's heading, towards human rights, which only really adds to the irony and tragedy of this whole situation.
Well, let me tell you something else here. There's more gay people in Wyoming than meets the eye. I know for a fact they're not particularly the, the queens, the gays, queens, run around faggot type people. Nah, they're the ones that throw bales of hay, jump on horses, brand them, and kick ass. You see what I'm saying? As I always said, don't fuck with a Wyoming queer, because they will kick you right in your fucking ass. But that's not the point of what I'm trying to say, because I know a lot of gay people in Wyoming. I know a lot of people, period. I've been lived up here for some 40-odd years now, and I don't think Wyoming people give a damn one way or another if you're gay or straight. And that's just what I just said. Doesn't matter. Now, if there's 8 men and 1 woman in a Wyoming bar, which is often the case, now you gotta stop and think. Who's getting what? You see what I'm saying? As I always said, doesn't matter.